match reaction time for Wrexham 3, Gateshead 1 at the Racecourse Ground. Where do we even start? Well, let's get started with the goal scorers for Wrexham. Ben Tozer and Ollie Palmer kicked it off early doors with a 2nd minute and a 9th/10th minute goal. And then Owen Bailey for Gateshead did get the goal for them. Louis Story getting a red card in the 29th minute. And do you know what? For the first 10 minutes or so, 15, 20 minutes, I'd literally say up until the red card, the Wrexham were pressing, they were doing what they were supposed to do, you know. They actually looked frightening, and they actually, for the first 20 minutes, made the 7-0 prediction look real. It was bizarre, and then Wrexham did take the foot off the gas, and it is what it is, but you can't, as a fan base, right, you can't go out and expect your team to win 5-0 every week. In honest opinion, it's just not how it works. And now, if every football fan had the wish, it would be for the team to win 5-6-0 every week. But obviously that's not always the situation and how it happens. So, you know, do you take the 3 points? Yeah, you do. You know, Wrexham didn't really play the best at Woking away, but to play like that and still get a win and, you know, go to the Racecourse and beat Gateshead 3-1, yeah, it's not the result everybody probably wanted or expected, but is it worth getting on the players' backs? No. Is it worth getting on Parkinson's back and saying he should get sacked? No, because he's getting your results at the end of the day. But Mark Howard as well, phenomenal. He made saves that kept Wrexham, the scoreline, the way it was, you know. There was big asks of him, and he made the big asks, you know. He made the saves he needed to make, and do you know what? Mark Howard has improved so much. He's absolutely improved so much, and, you know, going from the first couple of games of the season, you know, Eastleigh and I think it was Yeovil Town as well, Chesterfield, where he made them errors of judgment where he'd flap at the ball, whereas this time he's actually making the correct decisions. You know, he's catching balls, he's saving them, he's doing everything that's asked, really, you know. Going on to Gateshead's goal though as well, Wrexham have to mark the men better. They have to mark the man better. They have to do better on that front. There's no excuse for why they conceded that goal. So, in essence of that, you know, if they improve on the set pieces and marking men and improve, then, you know, it'll strengthen up the defensive performances. Maybe more clean sheets will happen within the season. I mean, Paul Mullins' goal as well, it come from a Gateshead header. You know, the defenders tried to head it back to the keeper. Paul Mullins come through, ran on goal, finished it. You know, Jordan Davis probably should have picked up a goal as well. He was one-on-one with the keeper, I think, and he squandered that chance. But yeah, Wrexham, you know, is there anything to be worried about? No. I mean, the only thing that I worry about, and I'll be honest with my judgment on this, is if Parkinson has a plan B. He's shown at Woking away he's got a plan B. So to show within the season he's probably got a plan B would be, you know, in essence, fair enough. I did get told that within Phil Parkinson's match, it wasn't reaction, but basically his interview at the end of the game, he basically specified, you know, that Wrexham were good, they were pressing, they'd done everything that needed to be done, but then after that, you know, probably took the foot off the gas when they probably shouldn't have. I mean, in a position where you're 2-1 going into half time, can you take the foot off the gas? No. But I think if it was a team like Notts County or, I don't know, Chesterfield, obviously Chesterfield as well, I think at that point, if Wrexham did play as poor as what they did, then they would get beaten. That's just my honest opinion. Now, the fans, you know, sold out the Racecourse. Obviously, there's a few empty seats or whatever because people couldn't make work, but for the most part, you couldn't get any tickets to the game. And, you know, the support of Wrexham AFC is absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. You can't fault that at all. I just feel like, though, sometimes the fans can get a bit carried away, and it's nothing personal. It's just you know, I want Everton to win 5-0 every week, but we don't. We're terrible, and trust me, I know, I understand. But Wrexham are picking up points. You've got to stick by Parkinson, you've got to stick by the team. Don't get me wrong, you might not like 5 at the back. I don't like seeing Wrexham play 5 at the back or 3 at the back or whatever it is. I don't like seeing them play that way because at times it's a negative. You telling me how it becomes positive. You know, if you want to do a long run into something, I don't know. You know, the only time I've ever known that formation to work theoretically is Chelsea. Chelsea, they can play that, you know, when they're top tier. Now, Wrexham, to me, I'm not worried about them at all. I still feel like promotion's key, but they have to improve in terms of the performance. And now, if you're playing like teams like Gateshead and things like that, and there's no disrespect to Gateshead, but if you can play them type of teams and get the points, I wouldn't really care less if it was a bad performance, as long as you got the points. Now, put it this way, big question. Would you rather Wrexham play phenomenal and lose, or would you rather Wrexham have a below par, a below average performance, get promotion to League 2, everyone's out in Wrexham Town Centre or whatever on a night out celebrating, because the town will be bouncing, by the way, and not just the town as well, the turf. The turf's always bouncing, so you've got to ask questions like that really, and that gets you a response. Now, where does this leave Wrexham? Second in the National League. Now, you can't fault that. You know, that win took them to second, and it's an improvement. You know, it's a good start. You know, last season for Wrexham wasn't the best of starts. You probably had, like, from what I understand, Wrexham had an abysmal start last season. So you've got to look at it. You've got to take your positives. Obviously, there is the negatives in terms of the performance wasn't up to scratch, and some players probably weren't up to scratch. You know, people probably calling for Tunnicliffe to get an involvement, maybe. There's probably a lot of ifs, buts and maybes, but the absolute certainty is that Wrexham got 3 points, so that's all you really need to pinpoint. So Wrexham are now away to Dorking at the weekend, so what am I expecting on that one, on that front? Now, I expect a Wrexham win. I honestly expect a Wrexham win. Will Dorking roll over for Wrexham? No. So if Wrexham played the way they did against Gateshead after they had the man sent off or conceded that goal, then will they get beat? Probably. You know, Dorking are no team where they just roll over for you, mate. So it comes to that. It comes to that point. But obviously the match preview and everything like that will be on the channel. Now, in terms of the midfield, do you start Elliot Lee and Jordan Davis? Jordan Davis, to me, is not a central midfielder. He's a number 10 from what I've understood. Now, can you play Elliot Lee and Jordan Davis in the same team, starting-wise? In my opinion, no. Not at the moment. Whether it's integrated that Elliot Lee goes on the wing. But Wrexham don't play wingers, so you're not going to play Elliot Lee left wing back, are you? You know, for me, it probably might be better suited Luke Young and James Jones in midfield. But shout out to Luke Young as well. You know, the performance he had a stellar performance. He was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Now, Luke Young, to me, he reminds me of Jay Harris. Now, Jay Harris gets stuck in. You know, don't know whether people like Jay Harris or not in regards to Wrexham, but whenever I've seen him play, he got stuck in. And this was like when I was younger as well. So yeah, it does come at that point. So the only thing I can really say is just keep the faith, keep it going, you know. And to any Gateshead fans that do watch this as well, trust the process, because the way they played Gateshead, you know, you've got to trust the process, because they didn't roll over for Wrexham even, you know. But onwards and upwards, and I am looking at doing Wrexham home and the way this season is looking like, so just bear with me on that. You know, the vlogs will be coming, the previews will be coming, the match reactions will be coming, and everything like that on the channel, even transfer rumours and transfers as it is when I do get the news. So yeah, if you do enjoy the vlogs, you know, just make sure you like, subscribe, and tap that bell for more notifications for as and when I do upload. I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone as well for the support on the channel. It's absolutely been phenomenal. You know, I've seen people come up to me at the game yesterday. I've spoken to people at the game yesterday, and every person I've spoken to has been phenomenal. So keep it up, guys. You know, keep the support coming, and the vlogs and everything else will be smashing as well. You know, I enjoy going to Wrexham, and you know, I don't think I've ever had a bad match day experience apart from when Wrexham get beat. But you know, you take your highs with your lows. But yeah, keep the faith, trust everything. You know, as long as they get 3 points, who cares if they have a bad performance? As long as they have a 10 out of 10 the next week, that's all that matters. But hopefully there's no inconsistencies going into Saturday's game. But apart from that, I shall see you guys on the Dorking Wanderers versus Wrexham preview.